Architectural framework of e-commerce. A framework is intended to define and create tools that integrate the information found in today's closed system and allows the development of e-commerce applications. Architectural framework should focus on synthesizing the diverse resources already in place in corporation to facilitate the integration of data and software for better use and application. Framework for e-commerce. The architecture framework for e-commerce consists of 6 layers of functionality or services as follows: application services, brokerage services, data or transaction management, interface and support layers, secure messaging, security, and electronic document interchange. Middleware and structured document interchange and network infrastructure and the basic communication services. Application services. In the application layer, services of e-commerce, it is decided that what type of e-commerce application is going to be implemented: business to business, business to customer, customer to customer, and business to government. Information brokerage and management layers. This layer is rapidly becoming necessary in dealing with the voluminous amounts of information on the networks. This layer works as an intermediary who provides services integration between customers and information providers. Given some constraints such as a low price, faster services, or profit maximization for a client, interface and support services. The third layer of the architectural framework is interface layer. This layer provides interface for e-commerce applications, interactive catalogs, and directory support services are the examples of this layer. Secure messaging layer. Electronic messaging services like email, enhanced fax, and EDI. Middleware services. The enormous growth of networks, client server technology, and all other forms of communicating between among. Unlike platforms, is the reason for the invention of middleware services. The middleware services are used to integrate the diversified software programs and make them talk to one another. Network infrastructure. We know that the effective and efficient linkage between the customer and the supplier is a precondition for e-commerce. Middleware services. Middleware is a relatively new concept that emerged only recently. Middleware is a mediator between diverse software programs that enable them to talk with one another. It solves all the interface, translation, transformation, and interpretation problems that were driving application programmers crazy. Another reason for middleware is the computing shift from application centric to data centric. That is, remote data controls all of the applications in the network instead of application controlling data. To achieve data centric computing, middleware services focus on three elements: transparency, translation security management, distributed object management, and service. Transparency. Transparency implies that users should be unaware that they are accessing multiple systems. Transparency is essential for dealing with the higher level issues than physical media interconnections that the underlying network infrastructure is in charge of. Transparency is accomplished using middleware that facilitate a distributed computing environment. This gives users and application transparent access to data, computation, and other resources across collection of multi-vendor heterogeneous systems. Transaction security management. The two broad categories of security management services for transaction processing are authentication and authorization. Transaction integrity must be given for business that cannot afford any loss or inconsistency in data. For e-commerce middleware providers, quality expected in a standard transaction processing system, that is so-called ACID: atomicity, consistency, isolation, duration. Distributed object management object orientation is providing fundamental to the proliferation network-based application for following reasons. It is hard to write a network-based application without either extensive developer retaining or technology that adapt the difficulties of the network. Objects are defined a combination of data and instruction acting on the data. Objects are an evolution of more traditional programs concept of functions and procedures. A natural instance of an object in e-commerce is a document. A document carries data and often carries instructions, the action to be performed on the network infrastructure of basic communication services. This layer of the framework is responsible for providing a network infrastructure that create an effective, efficient linkage between the customer and suppliers. Initially, telephone companies were the medium of creating the computer networks, but advancement in computer connections led in the development of centrally controlled single connection model known as circuit switching. But this was not suitable in case of a large network because another technique was introduced in the internet which could send data efficiently across large networks and was known as packet switching. Network infrastructure of e-commerce. In the diagram, we are clearly known that how the network infrastructure is emerged in e-commerce. Here we are observing the e-commerce web app and internet hypertext transfer protocols that are linked with web servers, application servers, and payment managers. These are linked with the database as well as payment gateways. Web security. Web security is also known as cyber security. It is basically means for protecting a website or a web application by detecting, preventing, and responding to cyber threats. Tips to protect your computer system from web attacks. First, to keep software up to date. Second one, watch out for SQL injections. Third, protect against XSS attacks. Fourth one, be aware of error messages. Fifth one, validate and both sides. Sixth one, check your password. Seventh one, I will avoid file uploads. And next, use HTTPS. Lastly, get website security tools. Firewall and network security. A firewall is a hardware, software, or a combination of both. It is used to prevent unauthorized programs or internet users from accessing a private network and or a single computer. Types of firewalls. By the means of the technology, protocol enforcing network firewall, intrusion prevents systems, and content filing gateways, anti-malware gateways, and web application firewalls. So let us discuss what is the purpose of protocol enforcing network firewall. Open system interconnection network model, protocol protection. Next, the mechanism, network protocol blocking, UDP/TCP, state awareness. Scope, network protocols, value proposition, protocol enforcement. Intrusion prevention systems, single based network protection, signature scanning, connection receipt, UDP TCP statement, network protocols, network applications, enhances access control URL scaling, broad range of signatures, content filtering gateways, outbounding access control, URL and DNS level access control, outbound connections reject, outbound webs IM, file applications, anti-malware interface, anti-malware gateways, signature based playboard protection, signature payload scanning, attachment removal, payload components, advancement heuristic outbreak protection, web application firewall, HTTP and HTTPS application protocols, URL normalization, session stage enforcement, application context enforcement, HTTP, HTTPS applications, context based positive security model, adaptive rule, more modification and exception. In this slide, we will discuss about the various types of firewall and its advantages and disadvantages. And just I am reading out the various types of firewalls, that is part packet switching firewalls and circuit level gateway and stateful transmit firewall, application level gateways and etc. Open system interconnection model. In this, we are having the two types of layers, that are software layer and hardware layer. In the software layer, we are having the application layer, presentation layer, sessions layer, and transport layer. In second, hardware layers, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. In application layer, we are having the end user layers, HTTP, FTP, IRC, SHS, DNS. In a presentation layer, syntax layer, SSL, SSH, IMAP, FTP, MPEG, JPEG. Sessions layer, synchronize and to port, APIs, sockets, WinSockets. Transport layer, end-to-end connections, TCP and UDP. Network layer, packets, IP, ICMP, IP6, IGMP. Data link layer, framework, frames, Ethernet, PPP, switch, bridge. Physical layer, physical structure, coax, fiber, wireless, hubs, repeaters. Let us discuss the open system interconnection deeply. The open system interconnection OSI model defines a networking framework to implement protocols in several layers. In the OSI model, control is passed from one layer to the next, starting at the application layer in one station and proceeding to the bottom layer over the channel to the next station and back up the hierarchy. The OSI model is not tangible. There is really nothing to the OSI model. In fact, it is not even tangible. The OSI model does not perform any functions in the network working process. It is a conceptual framework so we can better understand complex interactions that are happening. The layers, the OSI model layer takes to the task of interconnecting and dividing that into the what is referred to as a vertical stack that consists of the following seven layers. Physical layer, layer number one, OSI model. Layer number one conveys the bit stream, electrical impulse, light or radio signals through the network at the electrical and mechanical level. It provides the hardware means of sending and receiving data on a carrier, including defining cables, cords, and physical aspect. Fast Ethernet, RS-232, and ATM are protocols with physical layer components. Layer 1 physical examples includes the Ethernet FDDI, B8 ZS, V.35, V.4, and RJ45. Data link layer, layer number 2. At OSI model layer number 2, data packets are encoded and decoded into bits. It furnishes transmission protocols, knowledge and management, and handles errors in the physical layer, flow controls, and frame synchronization. The data link layer is divided into two sublayers: the media access control MAC layer and the logical link layer LLC layer. The MAC sublayer controls how a computer on the network gains access to the data and permissions to transmit it. The LLC layer controls frame synchronization, flow control, and error checking. Layer 2, layer 2 data link examples including PVP, FDDI, ATM, IEE 802.5, 802.2, IEE 802.3, 892.2, SDLC, and frame relay. Next, third, network layer number 3 provides switching and routing technologies creating to logical paths known as virtual circuiting for transmitting data from node to node. Routing and forwarding are functions of this layer as well as addressing. Internet working, error handling, congestion control, and packet switching. Layer number 3 network examples includes Apple Talk DDP, IP, IPX. Transport layer number 4 provides transparent transfer of data between end systems or hosts and is responsible for rendering end-to-end error recovery and flow control. It ensures complete data transfer. Layer 4 transport examples includes SPX, TCP, and UDP. Sessions layer. This layer establishes manages and terminates connections between applications. The sessions layer sets up coordinates and terminates conversation exchanges and dialogues between the application at each end. It deals with sessions and connections coordination. Layer number 5 sessions examples includes NFS, NetBIOS names, RPC, SQL. Presentation layer. This layer provides independence from differences in data process representation. Example encryption. By translating from application to network format and vice versa. The presentation layer works to transfer data into the form that the application layer can accept. This layer formats and encrypts the data to be sent across a network, providing freedom from compatibility problems. It is sometimes called the syntax layer. Layer 6 presentation examples includes encryption, ASCII, ABCDIC, TIFF, GIF, PICT, JPEG, MPEG, MIDI. Application number 7 supports applications and end user processes, communication partners are identified, quality of services is identified, user authentication and privacy are considered, and any constants on data syntax are identified. Everything at this layer is application specific. This layer provides application services for file, email, and other network software services. Telnet and FTP are applications that exist entirely in the application layer. Tied application architectures are part of their layer. Internet protocols can be classified into 10 categories that are transmission control protocol, internet protocol, user data gram protocol, post office protocol, simple mail transport protocol, file transfer protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, hypertext transfer protocol secure, telnet, gopher. Now we have to discuss about the various types of protocols which are used in the internet. First one, transmission control protocol, TCP. It is a popular communication protocol which is used for communicating over network. It divides any message into series of packets that are sent from source to destination, and then it gets reassembled at the destination. Second, internet protocol, IP. It is designed explicitly as addressing protocol. It is mostly used with TCP. The IP addresses the packets, helps in routing them through different nodes of in a network until it reaches the destination system. TCP/IP is the most popular protocols connecting the network. Next, UDP, User Datagram Protocol. UDP is a substitute communication protocol to transmit control protocol implemented primarily for creating loss tolerant and low latency linking between the different applications. Next to post office protocol POP. POP3 is designed for receiving incoming emails. Simple mail transport protocol SMTP is designed to send and distributing outgoing emails. File transfer protocol FTP. allows users to transfer files from one machine to another. Types of files may include program files, multimedia files, text files, and documents, etc. Next, Hypertext Transfer Protocol (HTTP). HTTP is designed for transferring a hypertext among two or more systems. HTML tags are used for creating links. These links may be any form like text or image. HTTP is designed on client-server principles, which allows a client system for establishing a connection with the server machine for making a request. These servers acknowledge the request initially by the client and respond accordingly. Next, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. HTTPS is abbreviated as Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Secure is a standard protocol to secure the communication among the two computers, one using the browser and another fetching data from web servers. HTTP is used for transferring data between the client browser request and the web server response in the hypertext format. Same in case of HTTPS, exact except that the transfer of data is done in an encrypted format. So it can be said that HTTPS threat hackers from interpretation of or modification of data through the transfer of packets. Telnet. Telnet is a set of rules designed for connecting one system with another. The connecting process is termed as remote login. The system which request for a connection is local computer, and the system which is accept the connection is the remote computer. Gopher. Gopher is a collection of rules implemented for searching, retrieving, as well as displaying documents from isolate sites. Gopher is also works on the internet client server principle. TCP/IP, short form for transmission control protocol, internet protocol. TCP/IP is a set of rules, protocols governing communication among all computers on the internet. The more specifically, TCP/IP dictates how information should be packaged, turned into bundles of information called packets, sent and received, as well as how to get to its destination. TCP/IP was developed in 1978 and driven by Bob Kahn and Windsurf. As the name implied, TCP/IP is a combination of two separate protocols: Transmission Control Protocol (TCP) and Internet Protocol (IP). The Internet Protocol standard dictates the logistics of packets sent out over networks. It tells packets where to go and how to get there. And IP has a method that lets any computer on the internet forwards a packet to another packet that is one or more interval closer to the packet's recipient. You can think of it is like workers in a line passing boulders from a quarry to a mining cart. The transmission control protocol is responsible for ensuring the reliable transmission of data across internet's connected networks. TCP checks packets for errors and submit request for retransmission if any are found. Merits of TCP/IP model: it is operated independently, it is scalable, client-server architecture, supports a number of routing protocols. It can be used to establish a connection between the two computers. Next, demerits of TCP/IP. In this, the transport layer does not guarantee the delivery of packets. The model cannot be used in any other application. Replacing protocol is not easy. It has not clearly separate its server interfaces and protocols. The performance of FTP. Here we are observing the diagram. In the first FTP client and another side the FTP servers. So the control channels and data channels. So the data is transferred from FTP servers to the FTP client, as well as the request is sent from FTP client to the FTP server. File transfer protocol (FTP) is the commonly used protocol for exchanging files over the network. FTP uses the Internet TCP/IP protocols to enable data transfer. FTP uses a client-server architecture, often secured within SSL TSL. FTP promotes sharing of files via remote computer with reliable and efficient data transfer. How FTP works? FTP works in the same way as HTTP for transferring web pages from a server to user browser, and SMTP for transferring electronic across the internet. In that, like these technologies, FTP uses client-server architecture. Users provide authentication using a single sign-in protocol, usually a username and password. However, some FTP servers may be configured to accept anonymous FTP logins where you don't need to identify yourself before accessing files. Most of them FTP is secured with SSL and advantages of FTP file transfer protocol. FTP is most commonly used to download a file from a server using the internet to upload a file to a server. Example: uploading a web page file to a web server. Second, website publishing and maintenance. Third one, uploading and downloading of images, documents, and movies and music files. Manage file transfers. Automate file transfer. Trivial File Transfer Protocol (TFTP). Trivial File Transport Protocol is also used to transfer file, but it transfers the files without authentication. Unlike FTP, TFTP does not separate control and data information. Since there is no authentication exists, TFTP lacks in security features. Therefore, it is not recommended to use TFTP. Key points: the TFTP makes the use of UDP for data transfer. Each TFTP message is carried in a separate UDP datagram. The first 2 bytes of TFTP message specify the type of message. The TFTP session is initiated when a TFTP client sends a request to upload or download file. The request is sent from an empirical UDP port, the UDP port 69 of an TFTP server. Hypertext Transfer Protocol is an application protocol for distributed collaborative hypermedia information system. HTTP is the foundation of data communication for the World Wide Web. Hypertext is a structured text that uses logical hyperlinks between nodes containing text. The HTTP service is the component of application server that provides facilitate for deploying web application and for making deployed web application accessibility by HTTP clients. See deploy a web application. Because a stateless protocol does not require the server to retain session information or status about each communication partners for the duration of multiple requests. The HTTP is a stateless protocol, which means that the connections between the browser and the service server is lost once the transmission transaction ends. SHTP TTP Secured Hypertext Transfer Protocol SHTTP was designed by E. Rescrolla and A. Shipman of EIT to secure HTTP connections. SHTTP provides a wide variety of mechanisms to provide for confidentiality, authentication, and integrity. Separation of policy from mechanism was an explicit goal. The system is not tied to any particular cryptographic system, key infrastructure, cryptographic formats. The Internet draft is fairly clear in its presentation of the protocol, although implementation details are sketchy. The SHTTP is a superset of HTTP, which allows messages to be encapsulated in various ways. Encapsulation can be include encryption, signing, or MAC-based authentication. This encapsulation can be recursive, and a message can have several security transformations applied to it. SHTTP also includes header definition to provide key transfer, certificate transfer, and similar administrative functions. HTTP appears to be extremely flexible in what it will be allow the programmers to do. HTTP also offers the potential for substantial user involvement in and oversight of the authentication encryption activities. HTTP does not rely on a particular key certification scheme. It includes support for RSA, inbound, outbound and Kerberos keys exchanges. Key certification can be provided in a message or obtained elsewhere, like SSL. Client public keys are not required. Secure Socket Layer (SSL). The Secure Socket Layers is a computer networking protocol that manages server authentication, client authentication, and encryption communication between server and clients. SSL uses a combination of public key and symmetric key encryption to secure connections between the machines. Typically, a web or mail server and a client machine communicating over the internet or an internal internal network. Using the OSI reference model as context, SSL runs above the TCP/IP protocol, which is responsible for the transport and routing of data over a network, and a below higher level protocols such as SHTTP and IMAP, encrypting the data of networking connections in the application layer of the Internet Protocol suite. The sockets part of the terms refers to the socket methods of passing data back and forth between a client and a server program in a network, or between program layers in the same computer. The transport layer security TLS protocols evolved from SSL and has largely superseded it. Although the term SSL or SSL TLS are still commonly used, SSL is often used to refer to what is actually TLS. The combination of SSL oblique TSL is the most widely deployed security protocol used to do today and is found in applications such as web browser, email, and basically any situation where the data needs to be securely exchanged over a network like filter transfer, VPN connections, instant messaging, and voice over IP. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol (SMTP). SMTP is a part of the application layer of the TCP/IP protocol using a protocol called Store and Forward. SMTP moves your email on and across networks. It works closely with something called the Mail Transfer Agent (MTA) to you to send your communication to the right computer and email inbox. SMTP spells out or directs how your email moves from your computer's MTA to an MTA on another computer and even several computers. Using the store and forward features mentioned before, the message can move a step from one your on your computer to its destination. At each step, simple mail transport protocol is doing its job. Lucky for us, this all task plays behind the scene, and we do not need to understand or operate SMTP. SMTP provides a set of codes that simplify the communication of emails message between the email server, the network computer that handles email coming to you and going out. It's a kind of shorthand that allows a server to break up different parts of messaging into categories the other server can understand. When you send a message out, it's turned into string of text that are separated by the code words or numbers that identify the purpose of each section. SMTP provides those codes, and email servers software is designed to understand what they mean. As each message travels towards its destination, it sometimes passes through a number of computers as well as their individual MTS. As it does, it's briefly stored before it moves onto next computer in the path. Think of it as a letter going through the different hands as it wends its way to the right mailbox. Network News Transfer Protocol (NNTP). The Network News Transfer Protocol (NNTP) is an application protocol used for transporting Usernet news articles, net news between news server and for reading and posting articles by end user client applications. NNTP Network Protocol is the predominant protocol used by computer clients and servers for managing the nodes posted on Usenet niche groups. The NNTP replaced the original Usenet protocol Unix to Unix copy protocol UUCP some time ago. NNTP server manages the global network of collected Usenet news groups and including the server at your internet access providers. An NNTP client is including as a part of Netscape, Internet Explorer, Opera, or other web browsers of you may use a separate client program called Newsreader. Uniform Resource Locator, a URL. URL, as the name suggests, provides a way to locate a resource on the web. The hypertext system that operates over the internet. The URL contains the name of the protocol to be used to access the resource and a resource name. The first part of URL identifies what protocols to use. The second part of identifies the IP address or domain names where the resource is located. A URL is the most common type of uniform resource identify URI. URI is a string of characters used to identify a resource over a network. URL protocols include HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure for web sources, mail to for email address, FTP for files on a file transfer protocol server, and telnet for a session to access remote computers. A URL is mainly used to point to a web page, a component of a web page, or a program on a website. The resource name consists of a domain name identifying as a server or the web service, and second, a program name of a path to the file on the server. Cryptography. Cryptography is a method of protecting information and communication through the use of codes so that only those for whom the information is intended can be read and process it. The prefix crypt means hidden or vault, and the suffix graphy stands for writing. In computer science, cryptography refers to secure information and communication techniques derived from mathematical concepts and a set of rule-based calculations called algorithm to transfer the message in a way that are hard to decipher. These determines a algorithm are used to for cryptographic key generation, digital signing, verification to protect data privacy, web browsing on the internet, and confidential communication such as a credit card transaction and email. Cryptography plus classification. The cryptography mainly classified into symmetric encryption, asymmetric encryption, hash function. Symmetric encryption, IGN key divided into as public key. In public key, we are having RSA, Differo, Hellman, or others. Asymmetric key. Asymmetric key encryption is also known as a private key. This can be divided into two categories: block ciphers and stream ciphers. Under block ciphers, again we are having the four types: DES, AES, Blowfish, and others. In stream ciphers, RC4, TKIP, and others. Hash functions, MD5, SHA, and others. Encryption. Data encryption translates data into another form or code so that only people with access to a secret key, formerly called a decryption key, or password can read it. Encryption data is commonly referred to as ciphertext, while unencrypted data is called plain text. Currently, encryption is one of the most popular and effective data security method used by organizations. Two main types of data encryption exist: asymmetric encryption, also known as public key encryption, and symmetric encryption, also known as private key encryption. Data encryption is used to deter malicious or negligent parties from accessing sensitive data. An important line of defense in a cybersecurity architecture, encryption makes using interexpected data as difficult as possible. It can be applied to all kinds of data protection needs, ranging from classified government intel to personal credit card transactions. Data encryption software, also known as encryption algorithm or cipher, is used to develop an encryption scheme which theoretically can only be broken with a large amount of computer. What is encryption and decryption? Encryption, the process of converting plain text into an unintelligible format ciphertext is called as encryption. Decryption, the process of converting ciphertext into a plain text is called as decryption. Types of encryption: DSO triple DES RC5. Symmetric keys. Symmetric use parents encrypt and decrypt to Skyview partners. RSA elliptic curve asymmetric keys. Skyview partners encrypt, decrypt, decrypt and encrypt. Skyview partners. It's a cycle. And MD5 SHA one-way hash. Skyview partners hash and other ciphertext. Symmetric and asymmetric encryption. There are two sides in an encryption communication: the sender who encrypts the data and the recipient who decrypts it. As the name implies, asymmetric encryption is different on each side. The sender and the recipient use two different keys. Asymmetric encryption, also known as public key encryption, uses a public key private key pairing. Data encrypted with the private key can only be decrypted with the public key and vice versa. TLS and or SSL, the protocols that makes HTTPS possible, relies on asymmetric encryption. A client will obtain a website public key from that website TLS certificates or SSL certificates and use that to initiate secure communication. The website keeps the private key secret. In symmetric encryption, the same key both encrypt and decrypt data. For symmetric encryption to work, the two or more communicating parties must know what the key is. For it to remain secure, no third party should be able to guess or steal the key. Private key or symmetric key encryption. The process of private key encryption or symmetric encryption explained in this diagram. The sender uses the plain text and he encrypts the data, plain text data, by the key encrypted data, and later it may become the cipher data. The cipher data is transmitted and it is sent to the receiver. The receiver decrypts the data and decodes it, and it may become the decrypted data is become the plain text data, and that will be used by the recipient. Public key or asymmetric key encryption. Original data is encrypted by the public key and it may become the scrambled data, and the scrambled data is decrypted by a private key and become the plain text. Digital signatures. A digital signature is a mathematical technique used to validate the authenticity and integrity of a message, software, or digital document. As the digital equivalent of a handwritten signature or a stamped seal, or a digital signature offers for more inherent security, and it is intended to solve the problem of tampering and impression in digital communication. Digital signatures can provide the added assurance of evidence of origin, identifying and status of an electronic documents, transactions or messaging, and can acknowledge informed consent by the signer. In many countries, including the United States, digital signatures are considered legally binding in the same way as traditional document signatures. How digital signatures works? Digital signatures and are based on public key encryption, also known as asymmetric cryptography. Using a public key algorithm such as RSA, one can generate two keys that mathematically linked, one private and one public. Digital signatures work through the public key cryptography to mutually authenticating cryptographic keys. The individual who is creating the digital signature uses the own private key to encrypt signature related data. The only way to decrypt that data is with the signature of the public key. This is how digital signatures are authenticated. Digital signature technology requires all parties to trust that the individual creating the signature has been able to keep their own private key secret. If someone else has accessed the signature private keys, the party could create fraudulent digital signatures in the name of the private key holders. Digital signature. Here we are having the private password and public password. Here the file is transported by the means of a private password and by the means of the public password. Here emissor says hellos and he uses the secret key and it transport to in the form of a file and the receiver receives the file by the means of the public password. Digital certificate. A digital certificate, also known as a public key certificate, is used to protocolically link ownership of a public key with the entire entity that it owns it. Digital certificates are also used for sharing keys to be used for public key encryption and authentication of digital signatures. A digital certificate authenticates the web's credentials of the sender and lets the recipients of encrypted message know that the data is from a trusted source or a sender who claims to be one. Digital signatures certificates, also known as the public key certificates or identity certificates. Here we are in the private key CA is there, issuer signature is there, that are linked with the owner's distinguished name, owner's public key, and CA distinguished name are the links.